What's up, YouTube? This is Ross, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a robotic growl sound that sounds like this. Okay, first thing we do, file new sound, and I just want to say that the normal patterns for making melodic synths don't really apply for dubstep synths. And so the first thing you should do if you want to make your own and just experiment is experiment with analog, electric, and digital hybrid wavetables as opposed to basic, which is normally very good for melodic synths. These are very good for bass and for dubstep synths. So the way that you can do this is pick one of these and try pitching them down -24 and just messing with bend plus minus formant phase and all that other good stuff, and you'll get some pretty interesting sounds. And that's how I made this one. So first thing that we do, acid down -24, turn all three oscillators on. We're gonna make this one crude, one of my favorites, also -24. Oscillator 3, frozen, another one of my favorites, -24. And so let's hear what we have. It sounds pretty harsh as it is already, but we're gonna add some more distortion and some more modulation to really give it that kick that we want. So yeah, first thing that we want to do to create our sound is, or the next thing is modulation oscillator. Make sure you turn it on to give it that harshness and kind of like that robotic kind of sound. So to give it that kind of robotic sound, use ring modulation. Put that on oscillator 3, I think, and pitch it up 12 semitones. You can hear the oscillator being forced into another pitch from -24 to 12, and it kind of gives a metallic, I guess, bell kind of sound is what the manual says. But you should usually try messing with ring modulation if you want to make really cool sounding patches. And another crucial one is phase. This one is very important for especially this one. Turn phase all the way up, put it on oscillator 1. Oops. Alright, that's starting to sound closer. And you can kind of hear, if we turn all these off, what phase does. It's a big, very big difference. It gives it a lot of harshness, as long as you make the pitch for your phase not the same as whatever you're modulating. So yeah, this is our resulting kind of oscillators. And so now we can go ahead and add effects. And so the first one you want to add is classic 2. Leave all these as they are. Let's hear it as is now. Very big difference. And FX2, we're going to put on dimension expander. Size all the way down. Dry wet up a little bit. Let's hear it with and without. Makes it spread out a little bit more in the stereo. And let's go to EQ, boost the high a little bit and boost the low a little bit. Oh, that's a little too loud. Alright, there we go. And we want our sound to spread out in the stereo, not just through dimension expander, but actually through multiple voices. So turn unisono up to 4 and turn on pan position, and I put it to full just arbitrarily. And now it sounds a lot more full in our mixing space. So also I turn on wavetable position, spread to 100%. It's kind of a subtle difference, but if you have good headphones, you can kind of hear it, and I think it makes the sound a little more interesting. And lastly, oh, one big thing that you actually don't have to do, but I recommend you do this for most of your dubstep patches, just to kind of know what it's going to sound like when you put it in your song, is put it on monophonic and legato triller, and go to oscillator tab, and then click equal and turn the time up to about there. And from this is how you can get the massive glide kind of sound, which you don't have. You can have that. You can do this yourself in pitch bend. See, like right here, pitch bend up and down in your DAW yourself. But I just like to do this so I can hear it. I can hear my sound before I have to automate it. So this is what it does. So all you have to do is just hold down one note and then press another at the same time, and you hear that glide going on, which is really common for dubstep sounds, to make it sound more dirty, if you know what I mean. And for this one, I add a little bit of bright noise. Always makes things a little brighter. And now we want to make that growl, and so this is kind of a key part to all dubstep, is the filter. So I mean, you can use low pass filters sometimes, but for this one I chose to use band pass instead, to more accurately simulate like a talking kind of sound. Turn bandwidth down to about here, resonance up about here, cut off about here. And it's because, you know, our human voice is not able to, you know, it's not a perfect low pass filter. It doesn't just let out everything above and everything below. It's more like a band pass. It lets a band through, you know. It lets only some frequencies through, and the other ones, like, our body isn't able to handle, you know, or filter correctly. So this is kind of like a more, I like to use bandpass to simulate the talking kind of sound more often. So use bandpass for that, in my opinion. So in any case, automate cutoff about there. Let's hear it as it is. Something sounds a little off. Let me try that. No, it's not that. I think that's about it. I think that's right, actually. Oh, we have all of our oscillators off. There we go. Okay, that's what we were missing the entire time. So, okay, that's it. Basically, that's how you make this sound. Oh, let's level this cutoff. And I just recommend that for the rest of the sounds that you guys make, always check out bandpass. Scream is really good usually, and make sure you turn up the resonance so you can really hear that, hear the filter, because that's the key of most of dubstep tracks, is that filtering effect. And also just using wavetables from these two categories, and maybe this one sometimes, and pitching them down to lower octaves to really bring out you know, what they put in the wavetables, because you can't really hear them at higher frequencies, and it just kind of sounds like a little bit different saw or square wave or something like that. So, and make use of modulation oscillator, and you can get some really cool sounds, like this one that I just happened to stumble upon one day. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and have fun mixing.